guys, how are you doing today? I hope that you are still up in the way. For today's video, we're going to discuss about Greek lyric poetry.
Hi guys, I'm Chris Chester Dison, and I'm here to introduce one of the Greek lyric poets, namely Sappho. But before that, did you know that the word lyric was derived from the name of the musical instrument lyre, which the Greeks borrowed from some earlier people and on which they strummed the accompaniment of songs or recited verses? Most of the Greek lyrics have disappeared from literature, and we know them only from fragments. One of those lyric poets is Sappho. She is one of the earliest Greek lyricists who was the acknowledged head of a school of poetry in Lesbos in the 6th century BC. The few verses that have survived of her poetry show her passionate nature and her sharp sense of joy, pain, and love. In Greece, her reputation was almost as exalted as that of Homer, and she was called the 10th Muse. One of her works was a hymn to Venus, which reflects to the person that asks for an immediate answer from Venus, the goddess of the sky. It also represents that the person on the poem was desperate to ask the goddess to grant his heart's desire. The next one is the poem A Girl in Love, which talks about the girl that says that her mind is being occupied by love, that she cannot do her work properly, which is to weave cloth. To summarize it all, it is about a woman who is deeply in love to the point that it is distracting her from doing her work. The last example of Sappho's work is One Girl. This piece tells us that the girl is like an apple, the apple that is on the topmost part of the tree. Some may find it too difficult and be afraid to even give it a shot, but some may find that apple as the most precious one, since it is the most challenging of them all. The ones who are brave enough are the only ones who truly deserve that apple. That is all for Sappho. Next up is Anacreon that will be discussed by Chloe.
Now let's talk about who Anacreon is. Aside from Sappho, Anacreon is another Greek lyric poet who wrote about love and wine, women, and social enjoyment. Anacreon's poems were wittier and less passionate than those of Sappho. Anacreon's poetry touched on universal themes of love, infatuation, disappointment, revelry, parties, festival, and the observations of everyday people and life. One of his works were Old Age. Many people were in love and touched by the story or meaning behind the old age. Basically, old age's principle is the acceptance of the old age, regardless of the hardships. It also means that you should enjoy your life no matter what old age has done to you and your body. The next example is the wiser part. This lyric poetry also comes with great lessons regarding our life. The person in this story states that simple things in life, like the scent of flowers and wine, are more important to him than power and wealth. He enjoys his life as he pleases without wishing for being king or being wealthy. Since he is old, he advocates the importance of taking pleasure where you can because that is after you. The last for today is Nature's Gift. In this poem, Anacreon is saying that women's only gift is beauty, which for me is kinda meh, but that is the traditional view of the ancient Greeks. The poem talks about how women were not allowed to take part in the civil life and were generally held to be inferior to men, which is why the Greeks were shocked and appalled by the contemporary Etruscans in Italy, where women were allowed to take part in the banquets and not confined to home. And that is it for today's vlog. I hope you get to learn something about the Greek lyric poetry and Sappho and Anacreon. Thank you for watching. Bye!